Welcome to Grub Boys, the grubbiest place on the planet.
Today, we're going to be making fried tonkatsu. Now, tonkatsu is a Japanese dish. It is a fried pork tenderloin. And first things first, we're going to cut open the meat. Get the meat out. We're getting the meat out.
Getting the meat out.
Now, the first course of action when making tonkatsu is we're going to trim the meat. So we're trimming off the excess fat.
See right here?
And getting ready to tenderize it.
Right here, this white. You got to get rid of the white.
We're getting ready, and then we're going to tenderize it afterwards. So as you can see by my valiant chef co-host, Devlin Richard Mackenzie Addison is doing.
Okay, we actually do not cut off the fat, guys. He was wrong. So you actually trim. Okay, this isn't fat. This is the connective tissue. This right here, this little big hunk right here, this is the fat. We cut this piece off. This right here, we cut little slits. All right, so when you want to trim the fat on the pork loin,
just gonna trim off that little piece of excess fat that we don't want.
We don't want this on here like this. This is just gross, you know, and it's just gonna be gross when you chew it after you fry it.
To make the frying less fun. Now, this little connective tissue bit, there's also some like skin right here. You're just gonna trim that skin off and, you know, just make it nice and even. So it's nice and tasty. It'll fry nice and well.
Fry better when it doesn't have all this on it, pretty much. So then you want to cut slits into the connective tissue.
Why? I don't know.
This makes the cooking easier.
Okay. That piece of meat, done. Set it off to the side.
No, now, actually, you're incorrect. We need to tenderize the meat. So, to tenderize the meat, you need a meat tenderizer. Now, to tenderize the meat,
just hammer it all the way home.
Remember, don't smush it too flat, because if you smush it too flat, it'll fall apart when you fry it. I'm a Chili's worker, so I would know this. Okay, so after you plan it out flat, you want to reform it into a better shape. Then we're going to put it to the side.
And do the same thing again and again.
Again and again. So right after we smush all of them, they're all flatter, tenderized, cut. We want to season them with salt.
Oh, we didn't find that much cheese.
We did not. So we need salt and pepper on both sides. Probably less than you're doing. A little bit less.
It'll be okay. It's flavorful.
Yep. Okay, so once we season the... All
right, so here we have our... this is our breading station. We've got flour, egg, and panko. So first things first, you're going to take our meat. It's seasoned, salt and pepper. We're going to dip it in the flour.
Roll it once. Doesn't matter that much. It doesn't need to be that liberally seasoned in the flour. Then right into the egg.
Right into the egg. Get it you want it nice and coated in the egg.
Yep.
And then you go straight after that, you're going to go into the panko. This one's the important one. You want it to be as
coated as possible. It's very important.
This is where your crust is going to come from, is the panko. And then once that's done, we're just setting it in the baking sheet.
Yeah, once that's done, put it on here. We let it sit for 5 minutes.
So we're just going to do that to all of these, and we'll cut back in a minute. Now, here we have a little bit of a better angle for our breading station. We're going to take our cutlet, throw it in the flour, flip over once, go straight into the egg, get it nice and coated in the egg wash. The egg wash is just it's just 2 eggs. We just use 2 eggs and some oil.
Oil to keep it together. It keeps the flavor in pretty much.
And then we have our panko. Now our panko has been moistened for about 15 minutes, so that way it's nice and puffed up. And then once you got that pretty well on, gonna go onto the tray there.
It's best to use fresh panko if you have the option, but here in America we do not have the option to use fresh panko, or really any easy way of getting it. So the way we have to do is we have to moisten the panko a good bit, and then we just have to let it sit for 15 minutes, and that's pretty much all you got to do to make fresher panko. Really, it's never going to be the same as the actual panko, but
not as easy to get around here, these parts.
Nope.
And you can find panko at just like your local grocery store and like the Asian food market or the Asian food section.
Yeah, panko itself isn't that hard to get. It's pretty common.
I might need more egg.
Okay. You think we can? Yeah, yeah. We'll waste some liquid gold. If this video is watched in the future, we're currently going through a crisis, and eggs are very expensive. Like, yep, and it costs more to make to get eggs than it did to buy the meat. Which, if in the future that's not a problem, nowadays it's a problem. It's not something that we've ever really had to deal with at our age, so it's very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Yeah, we're gonna need more paint. We're on? Okay, so we just finished breading all of our pork loins. Now we're going to start on our fried rice.
We have to let the reason why is we have to let the cutlets rest for 10 minutes while they are freshly battered in the panko.
Make them stick more. All right, so step one. We need to melt half a tablespoon of butter. Okay, so what we're doing now is we're dicing up all of our vegetables. We need to mince the garlic. Okay, so first, dicing an onion. We're probably not going to use all of this onion. It says this recipe calls for a small onion. This is a slightly larger yellow onion, actually. It calls for white, so in this recipe, I would normally do white, but I figured I'd go with yellow. I don't really notice much of a difference when I have them, so not much of a difference there in my opinion. And one's cheaper, way cheaper. Like, it's 50 cents for a yellow onion when a white onion's like $1 or something. It's not much of a difference, but I don't have much money at the moment, so cheaper it can be, you know? Okay. So you're gonna dice up this onion. The best way to dice an onion. They add another one later. Dice an onion. There are better ways to do this. Most important part, safety. So make sure to use any technique that you really want, as long as it's effective. Keep the knife away from your fingers. You never want to cut yourself while you're cooking.
Sorry.
I don't think I could hear you.
I'll keep it out. Scrambled egg.
Yep, there's some scrambled eggs right there that we're gonna put in there. Okay, what's the next step on the sheet, Ethan?
So just a little side, I guess.
No. Add another tablespoon of butter to the pan and heat until it's melted, and then you're gonna add the onions. We forgot peas too.
Another tablespoon?
Yep. Well, I did half before, so just take from one side. I don't know.
Another half tablespoon to the pan.
I'm also not gonna use that much onion. I figured this would probably be plenty of onion. Realistically, I mean, we don't want onion to overpower all the other flavors, so. Fried rice does have a lot of things in it, so we want to keep it diverse, not just, this tastes like onion, you know. 3 green onions, thinly sliced. Luckily, we've got just that many. So Recipe calls for 3 cloves, so 1, 2, 3. 3 cloves. Throw the rest of that away. Well, pour the onions on this plate, just to make some more room to cut.
That should be enough.
So we gotta. All right, so now we're gonna mince up this garlic. I have a garlic thing.
What are you doing with these eggs?
I have no idea. Read the thing. All right, minced garlic. It's pretty simple. Put the cloves
Oh, well, I'm waiting on you then.
in here. Yeah, turn off the heat on it. Don't want to burn them.
I need this.
Here.
Let's take the skin off.
Okay. Little intermission of peeling the skin off the garlic. All right, so now it's garlic. All minced. More for that by that sink. Okay, so now the garlic's all minced, we now have to do chives, or green onions. Okay,
Eyes were on a bit.
so for green onions, these want to be thinly sliced green onions. Had a little small malfunction there, but we're back at it. I really think that all 3 of these chives is too much.
Yeah, we don't need that much.
Okay, so we're just gonna cut 2. No need to overly put too many green onions in the fried rice. We also want to do some salt and pepper. So
Chopped ingredients, add those into there.
generous amount of salt and pepper on there. Generous amount.
And we're just gonna stir fry them. We're just gonna let them cook down until the onions are soft, or for about 5 minutes.
Add another tablespoon of butter, and then rice. We were supposed to add the green onions then.
Oh well. Oops.
It'll be okay. I doubt it'll make that much of a difference. Oysters? No, not yet, sister.
Cook these for about 5 minutes,
Set a timer.
and we'll cut back to you when these are all about done.
All right, so I'm gonna make a quick little katsu sauce. It's only 4 ingredients. It's not the most authentic recipe there ever has been, but it's a pretty good little recipe, and will taste good. So first off, normally you do a 1/4 cup ketchup. I'm doing a 1/2 cup because I want to make a good bit of katsu sauce. So do a 1/2 cup ketchup. Tablespoon of brown sugar. Make sure the brown sugar is pressed in all the way, like this. 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce or soy sauce. Soy sauce if you want it to be slightly less oystery. Gotta take the cap off. There's no cap here. Okay. The oyster sauce apparently tends to form a lid, and it's a very thick sauce. I'd say that's about 2 tablespoons right there. Delilah, stop! Sorry about that. Well, actually, Ethan, you can just redo that area. So, the oyster sauce is very thick. Once you get the oyster sauce done, all we want to do we need to do next is 4 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. No one knows how to say it, so that's how I'm going to go with it.
Hey Devlin.
Yeah.
Where's the rice at?
The rice is in the outside fridge.
Outside fridge.
All right, so after you add All 4 tablespoons, Worcestershire sauce. You want to do a little whisking together. Whisking is best for this kind of thing, so we're gonna find a little whisk somewhere around here. Give me a moment. All right. Now we want to whisk this together. That's that. I'm gonna finish whisking this up, and you're gonna go see what the rice is doing right now.
Update everything down. So now we're going immediately into our rice. We're gonna add a good amount of rice for a thing, and make sure. Now this isn't exactly day-old rice. If you're generally supposed to use day-old rice, that way it's less sticky. We're on a time crunch, so we use about as fast as we could, and we're just gonna throw that on high heat and make it brown rice.
Here, Ethan, want to try it? Katsu sauce.
What's yummy?
Yummy? All right. That's what we want to hear, guys. We want to hear yummy. We have this one right here, but we also have this big container, so.
We're adding in some soy sauce. This is just Hinkelman soy sauce.
When you're doing your rice, you want to add as much soy sauce as you really want. It's really a flavor thing. It's up to you. You want the rice to be whatever you want it to be. I'd add a little bit more soy sauce. I'm adding a little bit more.
Personally, I like mine more soy sauce heavy, but everyone's different. If you like a less sodium in your diet, you know, I get it.
Yep.
So once all combined, this is pretty much about done here. You want to grab a fork real quick for me?
Yep.
We'll give it a taste.
How is it?
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
Give me a little bit more soy sauce on there.
All right. A little bit more soy sauce.
That's good.
Okay. Now the fried rice is pretty much done. We want to start working on finishing up our tonkatsu.
Oh, we need the chili oil.
That we do in, oh, it's right there.
Well, I gotta check.
All right, so now, normally you'd put sesame oil, but we want to see what chili oil will do for it. Chili oil right here.
How many eggs are you supposed to add?
2. So we need to add the soy sauce and the oyster sauce. Or not the soy sauce, the...
I was doing the American Dad theme song.
Okay. Our taste testers are back from their shopping trip.
How much are we supposed to add of this chili oil?
I believe half a teaspoon of the chili oil.
What?
That's because they haven't been cooked yet.
Oh, I thought you were clowning on me. I didn't know that was you being real.
So we want to do half a teaspoon chili oil.
I mean, they look good.
And then we want to do
Oh, you guys have to make like sauce?
2 teaspoons of oyster sauce.
What is oyster sauce? I don't know.
Oyster sauce, we don't know what it is really, but it's a very thick,
It smells silly too.
soy sauce-like sauce. Probably with a little bit more of a seafoody taste. Okay. With that, the fried rice is pretty much done. We just have to finish cooking it up. Okay, so we're gonna start heating up our oil again. Yeah.
Like really good.
Yeah. Let me try. Let me take a bite. All right, so we're gonna try this fried rice.
That chili oil gives it a little bit of kick. I like that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's done.
All right, our taste testers. I'm gonna taste it.
Is it fried rice?
Yeah.
Yep. Fried rice, chili oil.
Oh, wait.
Hold on, before you get it.
Alright, there you go.
Nom nom.
It's hot.
That was really good.
No, it was super good.
Is it your? No, that's actually.
That chili oil adds a little bit of spice. I kind of like it.
That actually adds a really good flavor. I like it.
All right.
You guys should quit your job and pursue this.
That's real.
This is definitely.
All right, guys. All right. So we're gonna quickly put a little lid. All right. Our oil's now hot enough. So we're gonna have to flip this. It says in the recipe not to flip it, but with the amount of oil we have, we don't have enough oil to not do that. So we need to do a timer for a minute. And after that minute, we're gonna flip it over. Okay, so this is not what it's supposed to look like. It's not hot enough, so we're gonna turn the heat up a little bit. We don't wanna overcook it though, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do another minute on this side, and then we're gonna flip it over again, and we're gonna see what we have to do next. Okay, so now that our oil is up to temperature, we're going to start frying. So for frying, we wanna do 1 minute on each side. So we wanna set a quick timer. We wanna wait that minute out. It's important to strain out your fryer whenever you get the chance. Like right now, nothing's rising up, so it's okay. But like, see this piece right here? They'll start to rise up as they burn. With all that stuff, you don't want that. You want to get rid of that somewhere that is... We don't want to put it in the trash can, because if we put it in a trash can, for example, it'll melt to the trash can. Well, trash bag. I doubt it'll melt to your trash can, depending on the trash can you have, of course. So it's been a minute. You can go ahead, flip that over. Now you might be saying, it doesn't look fully cooked yet, and you'd be right. They're not cooked all the way yet, because we have to put them down for another extra 30 seconds on each side later at a higher heat. Flip it over and make sure, double check it. Yeah, we're good. All right, put it on the thing. Okay, so I think we've got it down enough that we're gonna start cooking a multiple at a time. So I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 here. Don't get the oil in your hands, it's hot. I'm a fry cook and it's hot, so don't do it.
Alright, now we fried up all of our cutlets, so now we're moving on to the second frying. So first we're just going to skim all this, and then we're going to turn up the heat, and we're going to fry them for a second time for 30 seconds on each side. This will make them a little bit crispier, a little bit, you know, a little bit more flavorful, you know, be nice and tasty, nice and good.
Okay. So we're gonna start with the first one we fried over here. We did it unevenly, it's really funny. So we did this one. Probably won't bubble as much. Then we do timer, 30 seconds. I think my phone's very low. It's been wait for an hour some amount of time. This is the last cutlet. We ate one already because we were too lazy to wait, but this is what end product looks like. We're gonna do some quick plating right now, and we'll come back to you when we're done with that plating.
These are our master reviewers.
Are we supposed to say anything, or are we just supposed to dig in?
Yeah, just like, I don't know, dig in. You can say your names if you want to.
I'm Izaiah Kimbrough.
I'm Alex Sabine.
All right.
You guys gotta take
Hold
a
on.
bite.
We
And this
gotta
is
get-
my wife.
Yeah, you got rice
Yeah,
too.
cheers.
All right, are you ready?
Give it a little
3,
cheers.
2, 1.
I'm gonna give your review of it. Oh, I guess you can have more sauce if you want more sauce.
Yeah.
That actually pairs really well.
The sauce pairs with it very well. I agree.
Oh, thank you, bud. And then if you guys want some soy sauce, we have some too.
No, I think for a first dish, this is actually phenomenal.
Yeah, no, this is really good. The chicken's like crispy, but it's not like too crispy. The pork, my bad. The sauce is super good. It definitely pairs with it very well.
It's kind of funny. Oyster sauce just kind of tastes like barbecue. Like it's almost like a fishy barbecue.
Yeah, it tastes like it's really Worcestershire.
Yeah, it is.
You can taste the Worcestershire.
A lot of vinegar base to it.
It's good though. It's like I like it a lot.
I do too.
Sauce. All right.
Yeah, no, that's really good.
You guys have to give a review out of 10.
I'm gonna go, since this is the first time I've had this, I'm gonna go a solid 9.
Solid 9.
I think I'm on the same plane. I'm gonna say 9 as well.
Okay, can you guys repeat that? What would you rate it out of 10?
Solid 9.
It's a solid 9.
Any critiques or complaints?
My
or-
only critique
A
is
little bit more seasoning on the pork. Other than that,
yeah.
really good.
Very good.
The rice is really good too. It adds like an
I'd
extra
gladly eat this
baseline.
again. So
How's the rice tasting?
it goes really well with the sauce too.
Good, good.
It adds like a nice extra baseline.
Everyone, let's clap everyone for our 2 master chefs that everyone personalized.
Yeah, go me.
Alright. I'm saucy.
You guys wanna lead us out?
Yeah, hold on. I gotta get into my alcoholic fish.
We'll cut that out. Actually, we can cut alcohol. So a little bit of humor never hurt.
Don't you guys do like silly outros?
All right, guys. Since we're this has been a fun experience.
Yes, come on.
Oh.
Thank you for joining us on today's episode of Grub Boys. It's been a rubbing adventure, if you ask me.
You can say that again.
We'll be doing more recipes whenever we get them done, and this is our first take. I think we did pretty good for our first take.
We did, yeah. First take, no cuts.
First take, but you guys need an outro, like a decent outro.
We do. You know what our outro's gonna be?